A very good morning, everyone. I hope you all are well. So, we were discussing chapter number 7 of the social science, that is market around us. Until now, we have studied about the weekly market and about the neighborhood markets. And we have studied that the neighborhood market, they are more convenient, as whenever we want something, we can go and buy. So, we'll study more. So shops in the neighborhood, they are more useful just because they are near our home, and whenever we want something, we can go and buy from that shop. And one more quality is that the buyers and the sellers, they know each other, and these shops provide the things on credit. What is the meaning of credit? Like sometimes what will happen, the things we buy, either we don't have the money or we have the less money. But just because the seller, the shopkeeper knows us, so he'll give the things on the credit, as you know, we can pay them later on. So I'll give you an example of that. Here's in your book, the story. An example is given, the Sujata and Kavita. They sent to buy the groceries from the neighborhood shop, and this was the shop they usually went to. And what they did, they handed the list to the shop owner, whatever the groceries, whatever the things they want. So then what she did, she in turn began asking her helpers that they should weigh and pack the items, whatever the Sujata and the Kavita they have mentioned in the list. So Sujata and Kavita, while the shopkeeper she was preparing the things. They were wandering here and there. So it took almost 20 minutes to weigh and pack all the groceries. So in 20 minutes, the shopkeeper with her helper, she packed all the groceries, whatever the Sujata and the Kavita they need. So Sujata, she handed over the notebook, and the shopkeeper, she note down the amount, that is 1550 in their notebook, and she also note down that amount in her register, so that it was known as the credit, that she knows that her family will pay later on about the groceries. So this was an example like how we can take benefit from the neighborhood markets. So now we will study about the shopping complexes and malls. You might have seen about the shopping complexes and malls. These are the multi-storied buildings. These are the AC buildings, and here you can see the different brands under one roof. That means under one roof we can see the different brands. The eatables are also there, the brands are also there, and even the things for the kids are also there. So it's a multi-story building carried multi shops. So we'll again study a story related to shopping complexes. As we have studied Sujata and Kavita, they went to the neighborhood shop, the grocery shop, and that shop owner give the things them to in on credit. But now again we'll study about them. They went to the Enzel Mall. It's a multi-story building, and they went to see it. It was quite fascinating just because of the multi-story building, just because of the AC and about the brands which whatever that we can see in the mall. So they were wandering here and there, and finally they entered into a branded showroom, where when they start watching all the branded things that were very costly, that was above 2000, that was starting from the 2000. So they talk to each other that the things are quite expensive in the malls, and you might have noted that the things in the mall are quite expensive just because they are paying the rent of the multi-story building, the AC houses, and the brands, and these are more expensive than the things which you buy from the neighborhood market. So Sujata and Kavita, they didn't take anything from the mall, and they came back. So now we will study about the chain of the markets. So how the things from the producer came to the consumer. There is a chain of market. Like every city has the areas of wholesaler markets. Like every city is having an area where the wholesale markets is there, and where the things come from the market, to come from the factory. So here the big traders are there. They buy the things from the factory or from the wholesale trader. Then the further that big traders, they sell these things to the small traders, and then these small traders, they sold the things to the shopkeepers or the roadside hawkers, and from that the things reach directly to the customer. So this is how a chain of markets work. So here the chain of market is, first is wholesaler, second is it reaches to the big trader, then from big trader to small trader, then from small trader to retailer, shopkeeper or hawker, and from that to consumer or the customer. So this is how a chain of markets work. Here's the story of Aptaf. He's a wholesaler. He's a wholesaler and he opened his shop around 2 o'clock in the morning. He's a vegetable owner and he said he opened his shop at the 2 o'clock. That means in the night. And the who the traders, the big traders and the small traders, the big traders, they came to him and they buy vegetables, and he loaded all the vegetables in the trolleys and the tractors, and that big traders again they sell it to the small traders and then to the vegetable hawkers or to the shopkeepers, and then it reaches to us. This is how a wholesaler works. Markets everywhere, but present, as we have studied about the weekly market, the neighborhood market, shopping and complexes, but this is the modern way where the markets are everywhere. How the markets are everywhere? Just because the online shoppings are there, we can easily buy the shop goods while sitting at home. We can order and we can get the things at our home. So that is why we are saying that markets are everywhere, just because the provision of online shoppings are there, and so many online sites are there and so many online stores are there from where we can buy the things and delivered to customer at a very cheap rates. So here these are the company like the Amazon and the online shoppings, and we can pay online or cash on delivery. So now we will study about the market and the equality. So as do you think that the market they are having the equality also? Like in this chapter we have looked at the shop owners in the weekly market and those in the shopping complex. See, we have seen the persons of the weekly market also, and we have seen the persons from the shopping complexes also. They all are different. How they are different? Just because the person who is in the weekly market is a very small trader, but the person who carries a shopping complex is a rich person, and there is a lot of difference between them. One is small trader with little money to run the shop, whereas the other is able to spend a lot of money to set up the shop. So they are not equal just because in the weekly market the shop owner is a very small trader, but the who of the complexes of the malls he is a very big trader. The weekly market trader earns little compared to the profit of a regular shop owner in a shopping complex. So if we compare the profit of a weekly market trader and of a shopping complex, so shopping complexes they earn more because they are the branded things and these are expensive, and a weekly market sells all type of products, so he earns less profit. So, and even the buyers are also different. If the traders are different, buyers are also different. In the weekly markets, if the only the those person will go who can buy from the weekly market, and in the malls and the shopping complexes, only who will those will go like who can pay a large amount of money in the shopping malls in the complexes. So thus we can say like the buyers and sellers, like they have the different markets, and this depends on the money, how much money they are having, which what kind of products they are selling, and their customers are of which range. Like if they are high customers, rich customers, they can reach even to the shopping complexes, but if the poor people are there, only they go to the weekly markets. So thank you. I think this much was clear to you. So, thank you.